Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel CCUK Resin, and we're here for day 15 of this advent calendar. And what are we going to get? That is the question. Where are we? Running out now, so there's not that many days left until the 25th, so 10 more days. What are we going to get today? Going by the weight, I'm going to guess it's another glitter, but don't forget to check out createandbloomcrafts.com, which is where this advent calendar came from. And hopefully you'll be able to get most of these pigments and glitters separately if you didn't get the advent calendar. And I just thought it'd be a fun way for the whole community to experience this together and see what we get. Oh, hello. So we have got another interface mica powder, which is called Secret Green. So if you remember, we did get that Secret Violet not long ago. Let's see what we can make with this Secret Green, shall we? And I'm thinking it is Christmas, so I might do another Christmas tree again with this. So I'll see you guys in a second once I've mixed up some resin. So here we go, guys, and I've mixed up 5 ounces of resin, probably far too much, so I've got a spare mold next to me as well, and I've got that Christmas tree mold there. So I thought for this one, it might be fun to use some alcohol ink as well as this interference powder. And I'm not going to go crazy. I've just picked out one. So let's get this Secret Green first. And let's have a look at it. And again, it's an interference powder, so you won't see much of the colour yet. And I'm just looking for my special little mica scoop, which is here. And I'm going to put 2 scoops in here. And that should be more than enough to hopefully colour this resin. Yeah, I don't want to waste any, so give it a quick tap. Then we're going to stir that. And then for the second colour, I'm just going to use a forest green alcohol ink from Let's Resin. And hopefully these 2 colours will intermix really nicely. And look at that, I've not even opened that forest green, so I need to get a pin and open it. See you in a sec. Right, so I've got a pin. In we go, straight in. And then what you want to do when you open a new alcohol ink, always make sure you cover it. Otherwise you'll get alcohol ink absolutely everywhere, guys. There we go. So that is now open. And that ink would have just gone everywhere. So it's a beautiful forest green, which I think will look good in this tree. Let's find out. So I want it quite pigmented. So I'm going to go 10 drops, I think. And that should give us a beautiful colour to intermix with this new interference Secret Green. So let's mix up the interference first, because I'm intrigued, and you can just see that shimmer coming off, and that's what interference powders are all about. It's about the shimmer, and I think this is going to be stunning. And you have got to mix it properly, so you don't want any powder left. So again, once it's sort of mixed around a little bit, you can go a little bit faster, but initially just take your time, give it a stir, and it will be intermixing with your resin, hopefully, and we'll get that beautiful Secret Green colour. Here we go. And always scrape your sides with these interference powders as well, because there's nothing worse than getting a lump of powder in your finished piece. So here we go, that is beautiful. Just going to carry on mixing it whilst I'm showing you, but it's a gorgeous green shimmer. Here we go. Pretty happy. That has now all been mixed through, just going around the side again. And look at that. Stunning. And you do get a bit of a white backdrop with the interference powders, but that's okay, especially if you're doing something like this, because I think it'll look a bit like snow. And that's no joke. And then this is just that forest green alcohol ink. So again, mix it round, making sure all of the colour is in the resin and not on the sides of your cup. And I'm quite liking that as a colour, and I think it will go well with this interference green. And what I'm going to do now, if you leave these, you're going to get more of a marbling effect. I'm not going to, because I just want to see what they're going to look like in this tree. And I'm probably not going to dirty pour it actually. I was going to dirty pour but then I changed my mind. So what I'm going to do is just get a little bit in the Christmas tree and maneuver it around. And obviously it's going to move itself in there as well. But I want to get some pretty much over most of this piece, but I don't want it all to build up in the center either. So it's just about getting the angle right. Pretty happy. That will give us a cool effect. And again, I'm not using a lot of it, just enough. Now I'm going to go in with a bit of the alcohol ink straight into the center, like so. And then for the second part of the tree, I am going to intermix, I think. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like this because I think it's pulling in and it's creating a pretty cool effect. So what I want to do is just colour the rest of that resin that I've got poured with the rest of that forest green, because there's not going to be enough in this cup to completely fill it. I think I'm going to need probably another cupful. So let's go and mix the rest of this resin that we've got at the side as well. Again, I mixed up 5 ounces, so I might as well use it. And then we're just going to pour this in to fill that mould, and hopefully the combination of the alcohol ink and the interference green will give us a beautiful tree. I don't know at this point. In we go. Oh wow, we haven't got any spare left. Oh, we've got a tiny bit. I've still got some of that interference white as well, so I might still get one of these out. Let's pour a bit of the interference on the top just to fill her up. It's going to have more white at the bottom than anywhere else. That's fine. And I think we are still going to get one of these done. So just going to move that to the corner of the G3, because that's where it's got the most space. And then hopefully that's going to do its own thing. Now I'm just going to scrape all of this out into one of these reindeers, like so, and I think it will give us kind of a crackly reindeer with this interference green. But yeah, I thought I'd mixed up a little bit more resin than that. I think it must take 4 ounces, that Christmas tree. So again, just making sure there's at least a thin layer. And then I can go in with the rest of that interference green for this reindeer, and then we'll see what we get. Hopefully we'll get some pretty cool pieces, but as we all know, with resin nothing is guaranteed. It's a case of the resin does what it wants and you're just guiding it as to what you want it to do. But it doesn't always work. So let's go in with this interference green And if you remember, when we did this with the pink, we got a really cool crackle effect on this reindeer. So hopefully we're going to get the same. Don't know. But there we go. That's pretty much used all of that resin now. Just put a little trickle in there. And then the rest of it, I'm going to just scrape out and put in a tiny little drip mold at the side. So here we go, guys. Back from work, ready to demold. Day 15. I've just knocked the Christmas tree over. Let's hope it's cured. So it's going to be fun. I've been waiting all day to see what these look like, and I'm going to do the reindeer first. And I can see, look at the iridescent. Oh, beautiful. So this is that secret green. And don't forget, guys, do me a favor. If you're liking the content, A, come back tomorrow. But B, make sure you like and subscribe. It's free. It's a great way to support us. And if you can, by all means, join membership. Look at that. This green crackly reindeer. Rudolph, the green crackle reindeer. You see, it doesn't have quite the same ring, but he looks really cool. Really happy with that. So there's that. He can go with the other crackle ones. These iridescents make a really cool crackle, actually. I'm going to experiment with that in some bigger pieces. Now for the Christmas tree. And this is the third one I've got out of this mold. And I only paid £1 for the mold, so I'm quite excited. It's a bit of a fiddly one to demold. But as long as you take your time, slightly go over each ridge, it tends to work okay. And the biggest thing is, don't yank the top, because that's probably the most fragile. And the last thing you want is a Christmas tree without a top. Here we go. And we're out. So let's turn the mold back the right way around. And let's have a look at this Christmas tree. I think it's going to be very snowy with that iridescent. Oh, wow. I really like that. So we got more white at the top. So it's like as if there's more snow at the top. And then it's all just filtered down into the lower branches, and then it's darker at the bottom. Beautiful looking Christmas tree for day 15. So I'm going to get you a few pictures, and I'll see you all tomorrow for day 16. Who's excited? Let's see what we get. But I think that turned out really cool. So I'll see you all later, and keep crafting and have fun.